Hello, this is Sophie Lawson from sophielawson.com, and this is another Click Look video where we quickly look at various art books and magazines. And today we're going to be looking at these lot, which is it's going to be new graphic novels and comics. Peter the Penguin's with us. Let's go and have a look at this one. So I've got a few books to unbox, which are, some of them are art books, most of them are actually graphic novels, I think. And then I've got a few graphic novels that I've picked up recently. So what I'll do is I thought I'd start with these, and then I'll just do these unboxings. So what's happening is, you can find graphic novels very cheap if you look around in the second-hand shops and things. And I'm really getting into it. I almost like collecting them more than reading them, which is a bit weird. But for some reason I just got into Batman. I do like me Batman. I'm not like, look at this look though. This is like old school, this one. Batman and Dark Knight's Return, Frank Miller. So what's funny about this is, for years I've been going through Imagine FX magazines, and I've heard of these artists, but I've never, because I've not been into graphic novels or nothing, but it's quite strange to finally be getting books and seeing names that I recognise. So I got Batman, The Court of Owls, and what surprises me is how different, basically what's happening is, I would think Batman would always look the same, but I love looking at this and seeing how different artists represent Batman. So it's almost like you're getting a new story, a Batman. Look, Christian Nolan. You're getting to see Batman in a new story, but you're also seeing how different people, different artists represent Batman. So like sometimes they'll look quite dark and menacing. I was in W.H. Smith's the other day, year 1. This is going to be the first one I read, because this is like, apparently this is the origin story. But what happens is, that there's a Batman book in W.H. Smith's, and he almost looks like creepy. Now this one, I'm excited for this one, Arkham Asylum. I actually played the video game of this years ago on the PS3. Look at that though. I did start reading this one the other day, and it's incredibly, like, mental really. It's a bit sort of psychotic, this one. So I think I'm going to enjoy this one. What I like about this is, you get the impression that Batman is questioning whether he's actually insane, which is something that happens when you start going into spiritual stuff. The more you sort of awaken yourself, the more you sort of question if you're going mad. Batman, Superman. Now I like the thought of two characters being together. I've actually seen that there's a Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can get Batman with the Turtles. Now, when I was a child, I loved the Turtles. I loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So the thought of having a graphic novels with the Turtles I find that quite cool. And there's another Batman here. Batman the Killing Joke. This one's a hardcover one. But like, look how different the art style is in all of these. It sort of blows my mind really. And it excites me. Because if I fall in love with a character, like there might be a character out there that I've never heard of, that I get an art book of, I get a graphic novel and I fall in love with them. What's going to happen is, I could in the future end up collecting loads of graphic novels, and you'll see different art styles of the same character. This one's quite a big one. I think somebody called it Mouse. They said that was Mouse, but for me it looks like Mouse. But this one here is apparently, it's all about the Holocaust. And you've got mice and, what are they called, cats. All the characters are little mice and cats. I wasn't going to get this one because I thought, I'm not really into I thought it might be a bit depressing or something. But I've heard so many people talking about this one, saying how like it's quite an emotional read. And I said this to my mum, I feel like if you draw something like something quite nasty or something with animals, or if you draw something emotional with animals, I feel like it would actually be way more, for me it would tug more at the heartstrings if it's done with animals than it would humans. I got this other one here called Number One with a Bullet. The reason I got this one was, when I looked inside, I thought the art style just looked so cool. This one was in a second-hand shop. Something to do with social media, this one. And it's sort of like showing how bad social media could be. But I just like the art style of that one. I've also got this one here. Again, I've heard loads of people talking about this one, and what I like about this one is the paper. Hey look, that's I've seen him before. He was on the cover of an Imagine FX magazine, he was. What I like about this one is the paper is like the paper you get in a sketchbook. Like very rough. I prefer that paper. Hey look, there's writing in here as well. That's a bit weird. Look at that, look. Boing. And then I've also got this one. I can't wait for this one. Basically, again, growing up, one of my favourite video games was Tomb Raider. Lara Croft. I think she's such a cool character. And I loves me female characters. And look at, for me, I think these two look cool together. But I've never heard of Witchblade before. I got this one though mainly because Lara Croft's supposed to be in it. But look at that for character design. I mean, you could just turn to any one of these pages and sketch them. So like for me, that's the one I'm most excited to get into, because I think, for me, I like the look. There she is. Look, I like the way they've stylised these characters. Tomb Raider, Witchblade. But I looked into it. There was loads of Tomb Raider graphic novels. So that's another thing. And then the other thing is, I got these here. Oh, I don't know what's happened there, look. The bag's got a bit of damage on it. Already I'm getting a bit precious over these. One of these, I think it was this one. Issue number 2. I put that on, this was on the last unboxing video. So I already had issue number 1, which I found in the local comic shop for 50p. I got this one here on eBay for, I think it was about £1.90 or something. And then the other day I went in the comic shop and they actually had issues number 3 and 4 for 50p. It says £3 there, but it was actually 50p. So he's got this big massive box of comics for 50p. So I've actually managed to get the entire collection of this for about £3.50 or something. But again, what I noticed is they have alternative covers. So I've got cover B for issue 4, but I want to get cover number 1, so that I've got the main character on all of them. So I can already feel myself wanting to start collecting like stuff. And what's happened is I've actually brought the paperback of this as well. So I'm going to do a video in the future where I'm going to compare basically like the trade paperback, the graphic novel, versus having 4 issues of the comic. And I'm just going to say what I think's better for various things. Straight away, one of the best things about having the comics is you have like more cover art, and I love the cover art. But this graphic novel here is so cool. Listen to this for a premise of a story. And also I love the art style as well. I love the art style. I love the character. But listen to this for a premise of a story. Look. Catherine Allingham was the world's greatest detective. Together with her assistant, James Doley, she specialised in cases that hinted at some connection to the afterlife. Doorways to the unknown, murdered angels, anything that might yield some clue regarding the greatest mystery of all, what happens to us after we die. Catherine's quest was especially urgent. She only had 6 months to live. That was 1 year ago. Dun dun dun! And because it says the devil made flesh, I'm thinking, is she possibly going to become like the devil or something? I don't know, but that's cool. So what I'm liking is, what I like about this graphic novel is, this comic, not only do I like the character and the art style, but the story as well. I'm really excited for that one. But let's get into these. So little Peter the Penguin, he's going to help us get in. This first one, I already know what this is. So if you've been watching my videos, a few years ago, I did a series of videos of Luis Royo's sketch. He's got a bunch of books called Wild Sketches, Dean Eagle. So I've got the collection of those, but somebody had this one here on eBay for £2, and there was no way I could leave this behind. For me, this is one of the best art books collections I've got. So what I'm going to do with this one is, I'm either going to keep it and just have it as like a pristine copy, or I'm actually going to just cut it up and rip all the pages out so that I've got all the pages as separate sheets, because then what I can do is I can like sketch them, because it's quite hard to sketch them like that because you got to bend the book. So I just thought there's no way I was going to leave that behind for £2, because like I said, it's one of my favourite books. I can't remember what this one is. It always surprises me how people send art books in nothing but a plastic bag. Because when the postman throws this through the letterbox, it's going to damage the corners. That's what I always think. Wonder what this one is. Oh, I know what this one is. I can't wait for this one as well. Yeah, this one here, Missle Mouse, by none other than Jake Parker. I have been wanting this book for years, and I never got round to it. I finally got it. It's also brand new and sealed. I didn't know that. But basically, Jake Parker from SVS Learn is one of my favouriteest teachers. For me, I think he's actually the best teacher at teaching art, because what he does is he breaks everything down into these really tiny, manageable chunks. So he's got a way of making learning complex topics. He takes away the overwhelm, basically. And look at these for characters. So I can't wait for that as well. Missile Mouse. So my first Jake Parker book, one of my little sort of challenges, I suppose, is to collect a book from each of the SVS Learn artists: Jake Parker, Will Terry, and Lee White. So I think they've all got books out. So I'm gonna get one, and then because the thing with them is they've all got completely different styles, which is why I love it, because when they all get together, they bring something completely different to the table. Their podcast is called 3 Point Perspective, and I think that's the perfect name for their podcast, because that's exactly what you're getting: 3 different perspectives on different topics. What's this? Oh, I know what this one is. This is a good one as well. This one here is an Imagine FX magazine. Unfortunately, it isn't the subscriber issue, and I don't think it has the DVD either. But this one is issue number 33, which is the only issue I was missing from the first 120 issues or something. So yeah, it's got a DVD in it. Oh cool, I didn't know that. Little Peter. Yeah, it's got a CD with it. Look, I love that character. It's such a shame it's not the subscriber issue, because if you see the subscriber issue, it's beautiful. That artwork really pops. But the thing is, when you're collecting these old issues, it's quite hard to find some of the subscriber issues. Also, I like what they've done there. Look, her lips are shiny, and a little nail with the blood on it. Yeah, that's cool. It's little touches like that I find really it makes me love Imagine FX. So this is from 2008. So I've actually now got all of the 2008 issues, so I can carry on doing my videos, my year reviews of all the things. I'm also missing one more issue. I think I've got all issues up until 150 something. So I'm missing one of those as well. So I'm slowly building up the collection. I don't know what. Oh, I do know what this one is. I think this is a character design book, a creature one. I might be wrong though. But one of these is all about sketching. What are they called? Animals, like. Little Peter's having trouble with this one. Yeah, this one's quite hard to get into, isn't it? Peter the Penguin. Yeah, it is that one. Oh, I can't wait for this one. You wait till you see this one. It's basically all animals, sketches. Peter. I don't want to ruin the book, but dun, 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 dun. The Art of Animal Drawing with Ken Holtgren. Look at that, look. Look at the sort of the motion in these animals. This is one of those art books you could turn it to any page and spend hours just sketching, copying the sketches. I can't wait to get into this one. Loads of animals in here. That's going to be brilliant. So 759 illustrations. It's got cats as well. I wonder if there's any penguins in there. So I'll be doing click licks of these in the future, these art books. And then we've got one package left. And I think this one's got 4 books in it. I thought there was more graphic novels than this. What's this one here, look? Oh yeah, I remember now. This one's interesting as well. This one's actually got a Terry Pratchett graphic novel there. This first one is one of my spiritual books. The Art of Dreaming with Carlos Castaneda. I'm going to put that by my bed and read it before I go to sleep. Basically, this one here is talking about lucid dreaming and out of body and stuff. But Carlos Castaneda, he did I've read one of his other books, Journeys to Excellence, and there's another one I've got as well. But he's cool, he is. So I'm quite excited for that. But look at these, look. Terry Pratchett Graphic Novels. How mad is that? I I actually played the Discworld video game on the PS1. I actually loved it because it was funny and it was cool, but it was so hard I got stuck on it and I never managed to complete it. Because this was back in the day before we didn't have internet or nothing back then. So if you got stuck on a video game, it was kind of like tough titties. Whereas now you can go on YouTube and just find the answer. This was... but the thing was, I loved the world of Discworld. So I can't wait to get into this. Now the thing is, I would rather read a graphic novel than a book. Because the thing is, you're getting the story, but you're also getting like the visuals. I like that. I know with a novel you make up the visuals, but because I love artwork so much, and this is another one, that The Colour of Magic. So these are two you can actually buy. There's a book, like a collection book of all these together. So I think there's another one as well, I'm not sure. God, look, these are quite old, aren't they? Look, they're ripping at the seams. It's cool, isn't it? I like the turtle, the Discworld. And there's one book left, I can't remember. Oh yeah, this is going to be cool as well. How to Make Awesome Comics with the Phoenix Presents. So I've actually got a book called Cat Kid and also Dog Man. Which, these are books for kids. But the thing is, I found them funny. Because again, they were in the second-hand shop. And I had a look in it and I thought, oh, this is quite funny. I'm going to get it. And it's, like I said, it's quite sort of simple, but that's what I find fun about it. So what I thought to myself was, even though this is for kids, I'm going to see if like a grown-up could actually get some tips out of making comics from this. So that's it for this. What's my favourite one of these? I am absolutely really excited to read that because I know it's the first time I've ever read a graphic novel from an artist who I've sort of fallen in love with the artist before getting the book. In other words, if I didn't know Jake Parker, I probably would never have found this book. So there's a sort of there's more of like an intimacy with that one, I think. I'm really happy to finally have that one for the collection. This one's going to be brilliant for sketching. This one's going to be cool for night time. Let's just see if I can find a decent quote. We are the mobile unit in our world. Don't be afraid. We are energy, and for sure we are intended to touch you. It would be impossible anyway. We are separated by we are energy. Yeah. Well, I do hope you enjoyed that. It was a look at some graphic novels and art books, and I shall see you later for another one.